I'm good, thank you.
What are you up to?
Well, first of all, can you identify yourself properly, please?
What's that?
Well, you've approached me, and it's in your policy to actually identify yourself.
Still at the back of the police building.
And your point is what? Can you identify yourself first?
Yeah, P225763.
Sorry, say that again?
P225763.
Thank you very much.
Police in command. Safe Transport Team 3, Croydon Police Station.
No worries, thank you very
Why are
much.
you stood here at the gate?
Pardon?
Why are you stood at the gate?
Well, am I doing anything wrong?
Huh?
Am I doing anything wrong?
Well, you're filming private cars, not police
No,
cars.
I'm filming public property.
No, you're filming cars.
I'm filming... No, that's what you're presuming.
No? Well, I've just been
I can
told.
film whatever I can see in public.
I've just been told you've been filming private cars. You're right.
Afternoon, how are you?
I'm fine.
Good. Could you identify yourself as well for me, please?
Why?
Well, you've come in and you've approached me.
Yeah.
So it's in your policy to actually identify, okay, and failure to identify will result in retraining. Okay, so I'm asking you properly to identify yourself, please, sir.
The situation begins with a tense exchange as a man questions police officers about their identity. He insists that since they approached him, they are required to properly identify themselves. The officers respond, but the interaction quickly turns into a back and forth over procedure and authority.
Yeah, okay, fine. So why are you sitting here
No,
recording
if you
everyone?
can identify yourself first, and then we will carry on with a conversation.
I think there's times where I have to identify myself.
Yeah, you do.
And then there's times I simply have to be
Yes, you do.
identifiable.
Yes, you do.
Purpose of you recording here?
So you're
Okay.
basically coming down here just to try and provoke some sort of confrontation. Is that just...
No, I'm filming public property. That's what you're presuming, okay? Don't make a presumption on what I'm
Okay, then
doing.
what is your reason for-
Okay? Well, first of all, identify yourself properly.
I'm PC1106 from Croydon Police Station.
Okay? And your
So
shoulder
what-
number, please.
It's on my shoulder, you can see it.
No, not everyone can read numbers. That's why I'm asking
you
you
not?
to say it.
Do you need
Okay.
help with that?
Well, why do you think I'm asking you to say it? No, I'm asking you to say it, please, sir.
That's what I say.
Okay, so people that can't read numbers, that's all what you do.
Well, anyway,
Okay, that's why I'm asking you if you can actually say what your actual shoulder number is, please.
I can do anything, sir.
But you won't do that.
Don't need to.
Okay, so you don't need to.
No, like
Okay,
you don't need
you're
to
quite
be here,
arrogant,
you don't-
really, aren't you?
The man provides a number when asked but continues to challenge the officers, demanding clarity and accountability. He remains firm, repeating that identification is part of their policy, while the officers attempt to move the conversation forward.
Why are you
You're
recording
very
the police
arrogant. It
station?
makes no difference why I'm filming.
No, it does.
No, it doesn't. No, it
Because
doesn't.
you're simply here to, you know,
No, it
provoke
doesn't.
some sort of
No, that's what
confrontation.
you're
why
presuming.
What's the purpose of you filming this? The,
It's
cars that are
it's
going
a
out
public building.
there? Yeah, but some of these are private cars.
I can film whatever I can see in public.
Indeed.
Well, why do you do that?
Well, it makes no difference why I do it.
Why
It
do
makes
you
no
need to do
difference
that?
why I do it.
Well, it does.
What it does is
No, it
it's just
doesn't.
one of these people that likes to provoke confrontation.
No, that's
So
what
stick a
you're
video
presuming.
online and monetise
That's what
it.
you're presuming.
You just
okay?
monetise a video,
That's what
isn't
you're
it?
presuming.
No, you're one of these other many,
Yeah,
many
really.
fools who
And
just
you're
goes and
one of
records
these
it all.
absolute turds, okay, that literally think that you can bully the public, speak to them the way
not
you
bullying
want,
anything.
failure to actually identify yourself properly, and we actually pay
And
for
you've got to
meatheads
sort
like
this
you.
out.
We
You've
pay for
come to
meatheads
the
like
police
you.
station to provoke this
We pay for
confrontation,
no.
haven't
You approach me. Let's get it right. You approach me. You
You've
approach
come to the
me.
police station because
You
you want this
approach me.
confrontation.
You approach
Where have
me
you
to
travelled
get it
from to get this
correct.
confrontation?
Makes no difference where I've come from.
How far have you gone?
Makes
Just
no
having eyes
difference.
at the police
No.
officer.
As the discussion continues, the man asks a direct question, whether he is doing anything wrong. He argues that he is simply filming in a public space, which he believes is completely legal, while the officers raise concerns about private property being captured.
You've
your
come to me.
reasonable reason?
You've come to
I've
me.
come to you to find out
Yeah,
why
but
you're
you're the
recording
turd
police
that
cars.
came to me.
you
Okay,
stop
to get it
calling
right.
turds?
I'm doing nothing wrong by calling him a
a bit
turd.
rude, isn't
Okay?
You wouldn't like if we started calling you names.
Well, you're in an office
you stop
of
pointing at
power.
me like that?
I will point as much as I want.
Well, it's a bit aggressive. Isn't
Okay?
It? No one's been
No,
aggressive to you.
no.
You've come
You
out to make sure
come,
that
you
you're
come in,
okay
and you
and
two
you're
are both
safe.
pushing me closer and closer to this curb. Okay, so I'll actually ask you
You
to
were
take
stood
a
on the
step
road a
back.
minute ago.
No, I won't. Not when
Yes,
you
you
approached
were.
me. No, I was not.
You were. You
So
were
I'll
stood
ask
on
you
the
to
road.
take a step back if you wouldn't mind, please, sir, and then I
Oh,
can move
please.
forward from the curb. Thank you.
There you go.
Thank
you
you very
feel
much.
safer now, do you?
Okay.
Well, now there's a car coming.
I'm perfectly fine now.
Brilliant. Right, now why are you still outside the
It
back of
makes no
Croydon Police
difference
Station?
why I'm here. I'm
Filming
filming
the back
public
gate.
property,
Yeah, but you're also filming private cars.
and I'm doing nothing wrong.
But why do you need to do that?
No, if they get caught
Where
in
is
it,
this
I'm
filming
filming
going?
public property. It makes no difference
Well,
what
it
I
does.
do with it. No, it does
It
not.
does to me.
No, it does not.
You're going round and
Well,
round
then
in
you should
circles.
not have approached me. Okay, you got this meathead here.
Another officer joins the conversation, and the man immediately requests that this officer also identify himself. He stresses that failure to do so could lead to consequences, maintaining pressure on the officers to follow protocol.
Okay, and he is a complete meathead and
You're
should
kind of-
not be anywhere near the public.
Why is that?
Your abusive
Okay.
tone is getting kind of irritating, sir.
Yeah, well, you're irritating.
I know, but
you're
being
irritating.
kind of abusive, and that. of
I'm
course,
not
it
being
is.
abusive.
You threaten me.
I haven't threatened you at all.
No, sorry,
How
not
have I
threatening.
threatened you?
Quite right, you haven't threatened.
Okay, so
You've
that.
been abusive by calling
Okay.
me names.
Well, I'm
is a
just
public
saying.
order offence.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
It is.
You cannot be
Threatening-
offended
I can
in the
be
office
offended.
of duty. No, you cannot.
I can be
No, you
offended.
cannot,
I
because
can.
you've got to.
I've
You've
got
got
to
to
have slightly
expect.
thicker skin than
No,
the average
you've
member of
got to
public.
expect language. Okay, and saying turd. Okay, is in the actual English dictionary. So
Being
look it up.
abusive.
Look it up.
Stop being abusive.
Look it up, okay? Turd is not
Stop being
abusive.
abusive.
Turd is not
Stop calling me
abusive.
names.
I should point
It's
as much as I want.
Because it's a bit rude, isn't
No, I should point
No
as
one's
much
been
as I want.
aggressive towards you.
I should point as much as I want.
it? All right.
Okay.
Oh, so do you just want to make your way away?
No, I don't need to go anywhere. I don't need to go
For
anywhere.
your monetised video, don't you?
I don't need to go anywhere. Yeah? And you just want to bully the public, didn't you?
No, I want to go out
Okay.
and do my job.
Well,
but you're
go and do
standing
your
here.
job then.
The tone begins to shift as frustration grows. The man accuses the officers of making assumptions about his actions, while the officers question his intentions. Both sides appear unwilling to back down.
Okay, I didn't ask you to come to me.
No, but you
I didn't
come-
ask you to come to me.
No,
I
but you
had
wanted
two
it, though,
nice.
didn't you?
No, I had two nice
You wanted
officers
it.
that came over to me.
You've
and
travelled
I had-
here just to
yeah,
seek a confrontation.
Yeah, I know.
So you
And
can
you
monetise a
bully
video.
the public, didn't you?
So do you have any-
Okay,
And
you're
then
an
you try and bully
absolute
police
meathead.
officers.
You're an
Then
absolute
you go being
meathead.
abusive again twice.
Yeah, because you're a meathead.
3 times. How many times?
You're a
have you said
meathead.
this? Right. Okay.
Okay.
You take this a bit
You
far,
like to
constant
actually,
abusive
you
measure.
like to actually bully the public. Okay, and that is what you're doing. Okay, you're trying to abuse your
What's your
actual
name,
power.
sir?
It makes no difference what my name is.
So we've come
What is
out
your
to
name?
make
It
sure
makes no
you're
difference
right.
what my
You've
name
been
is. I don't
required
need to give my
police
name.
Don't you?
No, I do
Because
not.
your constant abusive attitude is kind of, not really warranted. It's kind of antisocial, wouldn't you say?
No, it's not.
It
No,
is.
it's not.
Constantly abusing a police
No, it's
officer
not.
is
I'm not
antisocial
abusing
behaviour.
you. I'm not abusing you
You're
at
calling
all.
me names constantly.
Okay, I'm referring to you as a meathead. Okay,
You're calling me names.
Okay, I'm not calling you your name.
Here you are.
I said you're a meathead.
And there you go again,
So,
calling
okay.
me names.
quite clearly see his name there, so you could call him.
The man repeatedly asks for the officer's shoulder number, explaining that not everyone can read it visually. The officer hesitates, which further irritates the man and adds tension to the situation.
Constable
Can
Bartle.
can everybody actually read?
Huh? He's on
Can
the
everybody
tablet,
read?
mate. Look, Constable Bartle, so you can call him out
Okay.
for the instead of turd and meathead. Go on.
Well, I should use whatever words I want. I'm doing nothing wrong. Okay, both of them are in the English dictionary,
They
so
are,
look
but
them
there's
up.
a lot of words in the English
So look 'em
dictionary,
up.
which are also offensive to
Okay.
people, if you remember.
Yeah,
Especially
and
this
have
day
I
and age,
swore?
where everyone can
Have I
be-
swore?
You have. You said turd a
need
number
to
of times.
Turd is not a swear word.
Is it not?
No, it's not.
Depends which way you
Turd
put it.
is not a swear word. Look it up, sir. Okay, it is not a swear word.
classed as a
So
swear
get it
word.
word. Yes, it is.
That's in the English dictionary.
Okay, but look up turd and you will see what it means.
What does it mean then?
Okay.
You're right.
What does it mean then, sir?
I know what it means. That's why I'm asking you, okay, to go and look it up. Okay,
Well, I'll look it up for you.
go on then.
Because you clearly don't know what it means, do you?
I do know what it means.
You don't know what it means. You don't
I
even
do know
why
what it
you're here,
means.
do you?
Pardon?
You don't even know why you're here.
Really? Okay.
To monetize a video, that's all.
Oh yeah, make
Get
money out.
content.
Who actually said that?
The argument escalates as the man calls the officer arrogant. He insists that filming in public is his legal right and refuses to explain his purpose, saying it makes no difference why he is recording.
Who said that?
You explain it then. What are you here for?
Okay. I'm filming a public service.
For?
Okay. It makes no difference what for.
Right, it makes no difference. You're
I
gonna
had a
say-
nice conversation with two officers. Okay.
Indeed
Then
you
you
did,
come out,
right.
right, and you have a big issue with the public. Okay. So do
No,
me
I have
a
a
favor.
big issue with
Right.
people that come
I'm
to police
going to
stations
say
to
it very, very
invoke
straight to you.
confrontation
No,
to monetize
you
a
approach
video.
me. You approach me.
Of course I did.
You approach me. So what I say
And
to
you know
you,
I'm gonna
what I
approach
would
you.
say
That's why
to
you go to
you,
police stations.
what I would say to you
You know
is
your
you
ilk.
jog
Do
on
exactly
and do
that.
your work. You jog on and do your work. I
You
don't need to
investigate
speak to
security
you.
concerns.
What security concern? Is the
Exactly.
building secure? Is the building secure?
Are the people secure?
Is the building secure?
What, you standing
Is
by
the
the
building
gate as it's opening?
Is the building secure? Yes or no?
You're standing by a gate as
Yes,
it's opening.
it's a gate, but
You
I'm
can
on
walk
this
through
side
at
of the
any time,
gate.
couldn't you?
That's a presumption.
It is a
Am I
presumption.
on this side of the
So I
gate?
need to
Yes
come
or
over and
no?
speak to you to find
Am
out
I
what
on
your
this
intention
side of
is.
the gate? Yes or no?
Of course you are.
Right. So is the building secure?
I'm
Yes
standing
or
here
no?
chatting to you. You
Is
ain't
the
going through that
building
gate, are you?
secure? Yes or no?
The exchange becomes more heated, with both sides accusing each other of being confrontational. The man claims the officers are trying to intimidate him, while the officers question his behavior and motives.
As long as I stand and chat to you, it
Okay.
is.
So you're in uniform. So does that mean
Well
then?
spotted.
So does that mean then, when you look at officers that have actually murdered people, Okay?
Yes, sir.
So because you're in uniform, can I turn around and say that you're a murderer? Okay, because you're in uniform.
You'd be factually accurate,
Okay,
wouldn't
exactly. So by telling me that I'm going to go through that gate is the exact same. So
I have
you
said
need
you were going to go through that gate,
you
sir.
need to
That's
actually
a
bring
presumption
it
on
back
your part,
into
sir.
place,
a
right?
presumption on your
You need to
part.
bring it back into place. Go and do your job, right? Stop abusing people, right?
you are
And
now.
do one. Okay,
like
end
you're
of story.
Hello, sir. I have done you the courteous favour of looking up the word turd for you. You say it's not a rude word. However, the definition of turd is a rude word for someone who you think is unpleasant. I'm not doing business with that little turd as an example. Okay? So it clearly is a rude word.
Yeah,
So
but
you
it's
are
not a
being
swear
rude.
word. But it's not a swear word.
You have to swear.
Yep, and
But
you
are
have
being
to expect
rude.
that.
You are calling me names.
Yeah,
Which
and-
does now
Okay,
border
so
offence.
you came.
It also is
Public order. Okay, so
also-
who's?
At one point, the man asks the officers to step back, saying they are getting too close and making him uncomfortable. After they comply, the situation briefly calms, but the underlying tension remains.
So you
antisocial
can.
behaviour.
You cannot
so due to
actually.
antisocial
You
behaviour,
cannot
Under
actually.
Section 50 of the Police
Okay,
Reform Act,
okay.
I'm going to require you to provide me
Right,
details.
so then here's the question for you. Under Section 50 then,
Of the Police
okay,
Reform Act,
under Section
if you
50,
don't reply-
you've got
give me
to
your
have
details-
proof. No, you've got to have
If
proof.
you don't provide me your details, you can be arrested for
Okay,
it.
go for it. I want to see an inspector then, please.
Why?
Okay,
things
I'm
first.
entitled to see an inspector, right? And
One
if
thing
you're
at a
if you're
time. So
actually
what is your
using
details,
Section
sir?
50, okay, I need you to actually use the words correctly in Section
your name,
50
sir?
and what part of Section 50 you're using, please.
What's your name?
What
please,
part
sir?
of Section 50 are you using?
We're not going to have to keep
What part of Section 50 are you using, please?
We're not going to have a keep conversation.
Well,
about
no,
this.
you need to tell me what part of Section 50
And I
you're
have done.
using for. No, you
Due to
haven't. You
antisocial
just said
behaviour,
Section
I'm
50.
requiring your details.
Okay, so where's the antisocial behaviour?
You stand here constantly calling us
Okay,
names.
that's not antisocial
It will-
behaviour.
It will be for me.
Well, for
So-
you, okay, you can't be the arresting officer.
Okay.
Okay, nor can you because you're directly involved.
The conversation shifts back to legality. The man continues to defend his actions, stating that filming public property is lawful, even if private vehicles appear in the footage.
You're directly involved. You have been here, you're directly involved. So you need to get that correct. You need to get that correct, okay? As I said, I'm asking for a superior officer, so you can get a sergeant or an inspector. That would be cool,
You
please.
don't need a sergeant.
Well, that's what I'm asking for.
So, are you going to provide your details or not, sir?
I'm not going to provide anything because I've done nothing wrong.
So you can be guilty of an offence if any person is arrested for failing to provide their true name and address may be arrested on the standard. Arrest provisions of the Police and Criminal Act 1984.
Okay?
Okay, I have,
Are you going to provide
if
your
I have
details
reason
or-
to believe that you're acting in an antisocial manner.
Yeah, and where is that antisocial behaviour? No, I'm not.
Well, you are. You're swearing.
No, I'm not.
You're swearing
Stanley,
big.
I'm not
constantly calling us
swearing.
names.
Let's get it right. Turd is not swearing.
You're
standing in the
Turd
street,
is not
constantly
swearing.
abusing
What
two
you
people.
believe and what
That is
actually is the
antisocial.
law
Are you
is
in a-
different.
Are you in a public place?
Okay? I'm in a public place.
Are you being
Is there
offensive?
members of the public here?
Yes.
They don't need
Where?
to.
Where?
We are members of the
Where?
public.
No, you're not. You're an officer.
Yes.
Okay,
Well,
you're
I'm
an
a member
officer.
of the public.
No, you're an officer. No, you're not a member of the public. You are an officer
so what
there
am I?
to uphold the law. Okay?
Yes.
Not
Which
abuse
I'm
your
right-
powers.
The situation intensifies again when the man begins calling the officers names, insisting that his words are not abusive. The officers disagree, pointing out that such language can still be considered offensive.